On April 2nd, the World Health Organization suspended the supply of Covaxin, produced by Bharat Biotech. The WHO has asked the UN procurement agencies and the countries that received the vaccine to take appropriate action. This suspension comes after the WHO's EUL inspection, that is the Emergency Use Listing inspection, which found that there were good manufacturing practices deficiencies or GMP deficiencies related to Covaxin. Millions of Indians have been administered Covaxin jabs. What does the WHO suspension mean to those who have been administered the shots? Should they be worried? Let's unbreak this news. After the EUL inspection that took place between 14th and 22nd March this year, the WHO has said that Covaxin cannot be exported. WHO in a press statement has said, this suspension is in response to the outcomes of WHO post-EUL inspection and the need to conduct process and facility upgrade to address recently identified GMP deficiencies. There will be interruption of supply of Covaxin due to suspension of production for export. So what are these GMP deficiencies the international body is talking about? The WHO suspension news came as a big jolt to the government, especially to the Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, who just a day before the World Health Organization's press release issued a statement in the parliament about the success of Covaxin, India's first indigenous COVID-19 vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with the ICMR, which is the Indian Council for Medical Research.
प्रधानमंत्री जी के समय पर निर्देश, सही निर्देश की वजह से ही विश्व में सबसे बेस्ट कोविड मैनेजमेंट और वैक्सीनेशन हिंदुस्तान कर पाया। ये ही प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हमारे साइंटिस्ट का हौसला बढ़ाया और हमारे आईसीएमआर ने एफर्ट लिया और दुनिया कोविड का वैक्सीन लेके आई। हिंदुस्तान आईसीएमआर के सहयोग से इंडिया में भी इंडिजिनियस वैक्सीन बन गया।
Just a few hours after the statement was made, the World Health Organization issued its suspension notice regarding Covaxin. The WHO has so far not specified what are the exact nature of deficiencies that were found during the EUL inspection, but this development points to many areas of concerns. The first being the facility used to manufacture Covaxin was not specifically designed to manufacture a COVID-19 vaccine. Bharat Biotech had repurposed its existing facilities to manufacture the vaccine. So why did Bharat Biotech repurpose their existing facility for the production of Covaxin? In a statement announcing the temporary slowdown of Covaxin production for facility optimization, Bharat Biotech has said, for the coming period, the company will focus on pending facility maintenance and process and facility optimization activities. All the existing facilities were repurposed for the manufacture of Covaxin with continuous production during the past year to meet the public emergency of COVID-19. These upgrades were due. Certain highly sophisticated equipment which were required to enhance the process stringency were unavailable during the COVID-19 pandemic. After suspending Covaxin supply and export, the World Health Organization has however maintained that Covaxin is effective and there exists no safety concerns so far for the vaccine itself, following which Bharat Biotech informed people who have already got the shots not to worry about the efficacy of the vaccine. In a statement, Bharat Biotech has said, for the millions who have received Covaxin, the vaccine certificates issued still stand valid, as there is no impact on efficacy and the safety of the vaccine. But this is not the first time concerns have been raised regarding good manufacturing practices related to Covaxin. In March 2021, the Brazilian Health Regulatory Agency Anvisa had also found GMP violations and suspended its plan to import 20 million Covaxin doses. Anvisa had raised concerns and indicated possibilities that the Covaxin shot may itself contain live virus. Let's look at a couple of news reports related to Anvisa's findings. This website had stated, on the face of it, these problems sound deadly serious. Bharat Biotech makes Covaxin by inactivating the virus, so that the virus does not make people sick even as its antigens, that is the proteins on the surface of the virus, provoke an immune response. But if the company wasn't inactivating the virus properly, it would mean that the vaccine itself could give patients COVID-19. This is another news report which said, Bharat Biotech hadn't validated its method of inactivating the virus, Anvisa said, raising the possibility that the shot contained live virus and hadn't assured the vaccine's sterility and potency. So it is very clear that Bharat Biotech was in the news in March 2021 itself for GMP deficiencies. A year later in March 2022, once again the company is in the news for deficiencies. This time, we don't know how severe these deficiencies are, as the World Health Organization has still not released the exact nature of the shortcomings. Though Bharat Biotech has maintained that the vaccines are safe for use, the question is, why did the company not address these deficiencies in the past? The company was too busy manufacturing vaccines and also profiting from it. This also points to the role of the Indian drug regulator CDSCO, the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, which has so far been silent and has not been able to put in place a regulatory mechanism to ensure that there is strict compliance and that the Indian vaccines are manufactured at par with international standards. With the new variants of COVID-19 emerging, like for instance the XC variant, which is a variant of concern now, vaccines are our only ammunition to fight the virus. Business interests and the race to develop more vaccines cannot outshine the fact that each life is precious, and therefore the manufacturers must follow best practices and leave no room for deficiencies.